Hi, y'all, and welcome back to JoJo's Crime Lines and Mysteries. You got JoJo here. Hey, and if you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by, and glad that you found me. It is real nice to meet you. Now, y'all, grab a chair, kick off your shoes, and let's dive into another true crime case. Oh, but wait a minute. Before we do, please don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button. And make sure that your bell notifications are turned to all so that you can get alerted when I put out new videos. Now, let's go ahead and jump on into the case. The content you are about to watch contains the subject matter of a real-life true crime event. Therefore, it is not suitable for all ages and is only intended for adults. Hi, y'all. It's me, JoJo, again. I was planning on getting some videos out on the Devil's Den case tonight. Well, actually, it is now tomorrow. It is now Sunday. But yes, Saturday night, I was planning on getting some of my videos up on the Devil's Den case. Unfortunately, I was first dealing with problems with my editor. And then I started having major issues with my internet. Come to find out, I believe it's my router. I have a router in my office, and my office is actually separated from my house. So the main internet modem / router is in the house. Office is around about 80 to 100 feet from the house, and we have the line running underground. So I know it's not the line. There's nothing wrong with the LAN cable. I have a new router that is en route. I will be getting that either Tuesday or Wednesday. I believe it's Tuesday. Hopefully, crossing my fingers, crossing my toes, crossing anything I've got, I will be able to get back onto the internet full speed again, which around these parts, full speed is not all that great anyway. But hey, you take what you can get, right? Yes, unfortunately, we only have up to 25 meg over here in my neck of the woods. Quite literally, we do live in the woods. Tonight, some things happened. We had 2 arrests. The arrest did not actually happen tonight. They were released tonight, if I remember correctly. But I'm going to go ahead and go over these articles. Now, please bear with me. Like I said, my internet is still having issues, so I'm going to try and do the best that I can. Okay. So this one actually has a update to it, so that's the reason why I have it sitting down low, because I wanted to read what was originally posted for y'all first. So this one here is out of Madison County. It says special agents with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation arrested a Jacksonville man Friday and charged him with accessory after the fact to first-degree murder in connection to the ongoing search for Austin Drummond. And there is his birthday right there, which is 8/31/1996. So we're going to go down, and this is TBI News, which I will be linking all of these articles down in the description box below so that you guys can go and read them for yourself if you want later, or if there's anything else, because there is actually some videos that I'm not going to be able to play because of my internet issues right now, and that's the reason why I got into the whole thing about my internet issues at the beginning of this. At the request of the 29th District Attorney General Danny Goodman, TBI special agents began investigating a quadruple murder that occurred Tuesday along Carrington Road in Tiptonville. TBI investigators, in coordination with a variety of local, state, and federal authorities, identified Drummond as a suspect. Agents obtained warrants for Drummond, charging him in connection with the Red Rooms. Further investigation revealed that Drummond's associate, Tanika Brown, 11/17/1995, assisted Drummond. Friday, agents obtained warrants charging Brown with accessory after the fact to first-degree redrum. Did I say what I think I said earlier? I hope I didn't. Anyways, moving on. Brown was booked into the Lake County Jail, where he remains without bond. The charges and allegations referenced in this release are merely accusations of criminal conduct, not evidence. The defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proved guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and convicted through due process of law. At the time of this release, Drummond remained at large. He should be considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information concerning his whereabouts is asked to call Okay, so now we're going to go back up to the top where they put in an update over here. And this article, by the way, was originally published on August 2nd, 2025. It was like real late at night. So the update is Tanika Brown, date of birth 11/17/1995, now also faces one count of tampering with evidence. I wonder what he ended up doing. Okay, so now we're going to jump from this one here. So let's go ahead to this one. Now, this one here is one that I was not able to play this video here. I have attempted several times to try and play this video, but every time that I try to play it, it keeps coming up. It just spins around, spins around, spins around, and then it comes up with that message saying, we reached an error. Anyway, okay, so 2 arrested, charged for allegedly assisting quadruple redrum suspect. Hey, is it going to play? Woo! Are we going to get lucky? No. Sorry, you guys. TBI's investigation revealed Brown and Thomas assisted Drummond. However, they did not share the details of how the 2 men assisted the suspect. So here we have another person that has come into play. So this article was published August 2nd, 2025 at 8:07 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so this is out of Jackson, Tennessee. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has made 2 arrests related to the quadruple redrum that occurred in Lake County earlier this week. The TBI arrested Tanika Brown, 29, of Jackson, and Giovanni Thomas, 29, of Jackson, for their alleged connection to 28-year-old Austin Drummond. Drummond is accused of redrumming 21-year-old Matthew Wilson, 20-year-old Andrea Williams, which you'll see they're right down here in the picture to the bottom right. And then you got 38-year-old Cortney Rose and 15-year-old Braydon Williams. The 4 victims were related to an infant who was abandoned in Tennessee. Brown and Thomas have been charged with accessory after the fact to first-degree redrum. The TBI said the charges come after their investigation revealed Brown and Thomas assisted Drummond. TBI did not share the details of how either men assisted the suspect. And then here's another video too. You can see it's still spinning. I don't know how long ago I tried to start this video, and it is still spinning. So sorry about that, you guys. I really, really wish that I could have got it to play. TBI's investigation revealed Brown and Thomas assisted Drummond. However, they did not share the details of how the 2 men assisted the suspect. Brown has been booked into the Lake County Jail with no bond. Thomas is currently booked in the Madison County Jail on unrelated charges, but he is set to be transferred to the Lake County Jail to be arraigned on his new charges. Drummond is still at large and is considered armed and dangerous. Anyone with information concerning his whereabouts is asked to call 731-415-7962, 731-333-0811, or 1-800-TBI-FINE. Okay, so that's that article there. We're going to go over to this one next. I was actually supposed to go to this one first before I took you to the one where it told you about the second one. This one here says, agents arrest man accused of helping suspect in Tennessee quadruple red rum. Authorities said Tanika Brown helped Austin Robert Drummond, who is wanted in the deaths of 4 people whose bodies were discovered after an infant was found abandoned. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to try and play this video. See if we can get this one to play.
Now, with the urgent manhunt underway in Tennessee for a suspected killer,
Make sure
officials say 4
that.
people were found dead in a car Tuesday, including the parents of a baby who was located by authorities just hours before. The child had been abandoned in a random front yard in a neighboring county. I want to bring in NBC's Jesse Kirsch, who's been following this for us. Jesse, this one is just so tragic. Police ID'd a suspect today. What more do we know about him?
They identified the suspect. They released photos of him, Tom, but they say he is still at large and should be considered dangerous. This is the image of the suspect that we are now getting into the newsroom. Authorities identifying him as Austin Robert Drummond, 28 years old. Again, he is considered armed and dangerous, according to authorities. He should be considered armed and dangerous and remains at large. He is now facing 4 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of aggravated kidnapping, and several firearms possessions related crimes as well. And again, authorities released photos of the suspect. They've also released a photo of this vehicle. I believe we have that photo as well. There is an image they released of an Audi that may be the getaway vehicle involved in this incident as well, Tom. There's that image right there. So they've released these photos. Clearly, authorities trying to get help from the public to track down someone they say is responsible for these murders.
And then we also have some more details about the victims.
That's right. And as you mentioned, Tom, this was an infant that authorities say someone discovered in a car seat on a front lawn. And these are what we are learning, the images of that infant's family members. James Wilson, 21, the father of that baby. Adrianna Williams, 20 years old, the mother. Cortney Rose, 38 years old, the grandmother. And then Braydon Williams, 15, the uncle. All 4 of those people are now deceased victims. And again, their alleged killer, Tom, remains on the run, according to authorities.
Okay, Jesse. We thank you for that report.
Little technical difficulty. We're all taken care of now, though. This article was originally August 2nd, 2025 at 11:18 p.m. That's Eastern Time. And it was updated on August 3rd, 2025 at 12:53 a.m. Eastern Time. 2 men described as associates of the suspect in a quadruple red rum in Tennessee earlier this week have been arrested on suspicion of helping the fugitive, authorities said Saturday. Special agents with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation arrested Tanika Brown on Friday and Giovante Thomas on Saturday, the agency said. Brown and Thomas, both 29 and from Jackson, have been charged with accessory after the fact to first-degree red rum, the Bureau said in a statement. Brown also faces 1 count of tampering with evidence. Brown is being held without bond in Lake County Jail. Thomas will be transferred there from the Madison County Jail, where he was being held on an unrelated charge of failure to appear, the Bureau said. The 2 men are accused of helping Austin Robert Drummond, 28, who remained at large Saturday night. Authorities have been searching for Drummond in connection with the deaths of 4 people Tuesday in Tiptonville. The 4 bodies were discovered after an infant was found abandoned in a car seat in Dyer County, setting off a scramble to find the baby's guardians. Stephen Sutton, a spokesperson for the sheriff's office in Lake and Sorry about that. Lake and Dyer counties. I keep wanting to say Dryer. It's Dyer. In Lake and Dyer counties, said at a Friday news conference. The baby is safe and is being cared for, Sutton said. See, look at him. Doesn't he look like he's been, smoking something or doing something anyways? Good Lord. He definitely does not look normal. Look at his eyes. Drummond has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree red rum, aggravated kidnapping, possession of a gun during a dangerous felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, according to the U.S. Marshal Service. Drummond was out on bond when the red rums took place. Danny Goodman, district attorney for Dyer and Lake County, said Friday. Hey, I got it right that time. He had been released on bond related to an incident that allegedly took place in prison where he was serving time for aggravated robbery, Goodman said. It's not clear whether Drummond, Brown, or Thomas have retained legal counsel. The Public Defender's Office for the Judicial District that covers Lake and Dyer counties was not available to provide information late Saturday. Drummond is described as armed and dangerous, and anyone who spots him was asked to call 911. So don't try to play hero, please. Getting Austin Drummond in custody is a priority, the U.S. Marshal Service said. 2 vehicles associated with Drummond have been found, authorities said. A white 1988 Ford pickup with red side panels was located in Dyer County on Saturday, and authorities are asking anyone with security video of the truck to send it to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Drummond's white 2016 Audi A3 was found abandoned Friday in Jackson, about 74 miles southeast of Tiptonville, the Bureau said. He is believed to still be in the Jackson area, Bureau Director David B. Roush said Friday. This incident has this community on edge, Roush said. Jackson is about 87 miles northeast of Memphis. Authorities have previously identified the victims as Matthew Wilson, 21, the abandoned child's father, Adrian Williams, 20, the mother, Cortney Rose, 38, the maternal grandmother, and Braydon Williams, 15, the maternal uncle. Authorities haven't said how they've passed, but have described their unaliving as a result of the red rum. There is a familiar relation between the suspect and the family, Roush said. A relative of the victim said Thursday in a Facebook post that the suspect has literally been nothing short of amazing to us and our kids, according to the post. Drummond previously dated a sister of Rose. Roush said the suspect showed a sign of compassion, dropping the child off. So, there's hope for him to be able to come in and have a conversation about what happened. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you believe that it was a sign of compassion, him dropping the baby on somebody's lawn in dang near 100-degree weather in the middle of the afternoon, strapped into a car seat? Granted, my boys are teenagers now, but I remember those car seats. It was quite a few years since they've been in car seats, mind you, but I do remember how hot those car seats could get when a child is strapped into one of them, because of all that fabric that surrounds them to make it comfortable for them to be in there for long trips if you have to take a long trip. So, do you really think that was a sign of compassion, dropping that child? I mean, I haven't heard, I don't know if they've actually put it out there yet or not, but I haven't heard whether or not he he dropped the baby in the shade or if the baby was in direct sunlight or not. So that would also be a factor as well. But regardless, from what I understand, it was dang near 100 degrees actual temperature. Not to mention you factor in humidity, heat index, and all that. I live in Florida. I know about humidity. I know about heat index. Okay, so I understand that, yeah, it may be dang near 100 degrees regular temperature-wise, but then you add in the humidity and the heat index, it could be well over 100 degrees. So was that really showing compassion? Dropping the baby off in somebody's yard that's a stranger? How do you know that that stranger wasn't some trafficker or something? Or, I mean, you don't know what that person was. You don't know who that person was. I don't know. That's my opinion. Y'all, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think. I'll go ahead and show you this Facebook post from the Bureau. This right here is from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, the Facebook page. So this was, it says 15 hours ago. It says August 2nd, 2025 at 12:26 p.m. That would have been Eastern time, because this is based off of my time zone. I'm in the Eastern time zone. And it says, update, investigators searching for Austin Drummond have been waiting to locate this 1988 white Ford pickup truck with a red stripe. That truck has been located near Burnt Mill Road in Dyer County. We are now asking anyone in the area with cameras to review your footage from Tuesday morning to see if you spot Drummond or his truck. And it has a tip, or it says, have a tip, call 1-800-TBI-FINE. And then there's a picture of the truck, which it's really like grainy and extremely poor quality. I don't know why they put out such a horrible picture of the truck. And then I was actually going down in here and I was reading some of these comments. I did have them open. I don't know why they closed back on me, but was it this one? No, I don't think it was that one. Sorry, again, internet issues, running very, very slow. No, this was just talking about the traffic. Okay, so that wasn't it. I think this was it. Wanted to hear how you could go from one vehicle. Okay. Waiting to hear how he could have gone from one vehicle to another without some help, unless the owner of the truck, deceased, left it somewhere else and went with the others to meet up with Drummond. As Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story. And then this person says, it's called having a gun. And then another person replies, they just arrested someone with accessory after the fact, but I don't know. Okay, these are new ones. Let's see. Jane parked his Audi and left it close by where the 4 bodies were found, and he could have caught a ride and was dropped off at one of the victim house and held them at gunpoint. This is all just speculation here, but no, that's not actually what I wanted. New update, they found it. I'm not going to go through here and try and find it again. If you guys want, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to link. Yeah, I should be able to. Yeah, I'll be able to just copy that link. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put this actual post down into the description box for y'all so that you can go directly to this post and you can check it out and you can look through the messages. But what I was trying to get out there is that somebody did post in there that this truck did not actually belong to Austin. It was consistent across the board that Matthew drove this truck. But where the conflicting statements were was that somebody was saying that Matthew's father owned the truck but let Matthew use the truck, and somebody was saying that Matthew actually owned the truck and it was his truck. So I don't know there. I mean, here you're really kind of getting into semantics at this point. But regardless, Matthew was the one that was driving this truck. So it was Matthew's, I guess, everyday driver. So this truck did not actually belong to Drummond, and they kind of made it sound like as if it did belong to him. So that's the reason why I just wanted to go ahead and touch on that. Okay, so now we're going to switch over to another article. Man at large after allegedly red rumming 4 family members leaving baby alive in Tennessee. Officials. I don't know why they put it that way, but anyway. So 2 other men have been charged with assisting the suspect after the red rums. And this one's dated August 2nd, 2025 at 11:50 p.m. Now, I don't know what time that is. I'm assuming it's going to be my time, being that it doesn't say, which is Eastern time. Now, here we have another little video. Let's see if we can get this to play. But underneath of it, it says, manhunt underway for 29-year-old wanted in quadruple homicide. A manhunt is underway for an armed and dangerous 29-year-old man wanted in a quadruple homicide in Tennessee, the TBI said.
Much of Northwest Tennessee wanting answers after deputies found 4 Dyer County residents dead in neighboring Lake County.
Everyone needs to be careful. Everyone needs to know who they're dealing with.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation looking into 2 connected cases from Tuesday. The first, where an infant was found abandoned in a car seat on a front yard in Dyer County.
I had a question. Why do they keep showing that same exact picture of him where he looks like he is just so high?
Just hours before bodies were found along Carrington Road in Lake County. The victims identified as 21-year-old James Wilson, 20-year-old Adrianna Williams, 38-year-old Cortney Rose, and 15-year-old Braydon Williams. The suspect, Austin Robert Drummond, charged with 4 counts of first...
See, just let's pause on that. Look at his eyes. My goodness. Okay. Moving on.
Degree murder, being a felon in possession of a firearm, 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, and aggravated kidnapping. Records also show Drummond served 13 years in prison and was released in September.
Just do the right.
Barbara Vaughn, who worked in Tennessee's prison system, says this is heartbreaking but not surprising.
That whole family is gone. But I've seen this behavior. I taught in the prison system. I know this kind of behavior, but it's hard to believe that people are that cruel.
Others, like Scotty Warden, says even with the suspect not yet found, he is not worried.
Well, everything's pretty good. We never had no problems here.
Lake County Mayor Danny Cook also calling this a devastating and despicable act, saying he can't imagine losing 1 family member in such a way, much less 4. This community hoping the family's questions are answered at the close of the investigation.
I hope they do fit all the pieces together and we eventually find out what drove this man, if he's the one who did it, what drove him to do this.
The reward for any information leading to Drummond's capture has been increased to $15,000.
I already knew that it was 15 grand, but that's a nice little bit of pocket change for somebody if they go ahead and drop a dime on them. I know I would. Would you? As the search continues for a 28-year-old man who allegedly red rummed 4 family members and left their baby alive, authorities said they have arrested and charged 2 other men accused of helping the suspect after the red rummings. The suspect in the red rums, Austin Robert Drummond, is considered armed and dangerous following the killings of 38-year-old Cortney Rose, Rose's children, 20-year-old Adrianna Williams, and 15-year-old Braydon Williams, and Adrianna Williams' boyfriend, 21-year-old James Michael Wilson. Wait, what? That was Matthew. This is ABC News. Wait a minute, let me look that up. Yeah, I have down Matthew. I think everything else had Matthew. I've never heard of Matthew being a nickname for Michael. I don't know if they got it wrong, or maybe if he just used Michael as like a nickname. I don't know. Maybe somebody can let me know down there in the comments. I think that's the first time I've seen him called Michael. I don't remember anywhere else calling him Michael. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. According to the authorities and family. All right, so the victims were red rummed on Tuesday and found along a road in Lake County in northwest Tennessee near the state's borders with Arkansas, Missouri, and Kentucky, authorities said. And see, look. Looks to take the picture I got, except they blurred out the little baby face. Oh, there's her name. I didn't know how to spell her name, but it's right there. James M. Wilson, 21, and Adrianna Williams, 20, and the baby that had been abandoned, Westland. But now, I'm wondering if they have his name right, and everybody else has his name wrong? I'd really like to know, especially from somebody who might have actually known them, what his actual name was. Or maybe if we can get some kind of document or something that lets us know what his actual name is. Okay, so, and then here's Cortney Rose, 38 left, and Adrianna Williams, 20 on the right. Why? I don't know. Look at the difference in the photos. She looks like she's so much younger there. I don't know. What do y'all think? She looks a lot younger to me. Maybe that was taken a few years ago. Okay. The same day, Wilson and Williams' baby was left in a car seat in a random individual's front yard in nearby Dyer County, according to the Dyer County Sheriff's Office, and Danny Goodman, District Attorney for Dyer and Lake Counties. The infant was treated by paramedics and is now safe and being cared for, authorities said. Drummond has been at large since the red rummings, though officials with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation have said they believe he is still in the area. On Saturday, the Bureau said it had arrested and charged 2 men described as associates of Drummond who are accused of assisting him after the red rums. The TBI said it had obtained warrants charging 29-year-old Tanika Brown and 29-year-old Giovante Thomas, both of Jackson, with accessory after the fact to first-degree red rum. Brown, who also faces 1 count of evidence tampering, I still want to know, what evidence did he tamper with? Was it the truck? Could he have possibly been the one that moved the truck? Or could he have been the one that moved the car and put the car there? But then they say that the car looked like it was lived in when they ended up finding it. So, I don't know. Put down in the comments, what do you think the evidence is that Brown ended up tampering with. Okay, let's just start back over here. Brown, who also faces 1 count of evidence tampering, was booked into the Lake County Jail where he is being held without bond. Thomas was already being held at another jail on an unrelated charge and will be sent to Lake County Jail to be arraigned on the new charge, the TBI said. Officials have said the red rummings were not random. Investigations believe Drummond knew the victims, the district attorney said. Well, yeah, he knew the victims. He was dating Grandma's sister. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation released this image in the search for Austin Robert Drummond, 29, who is wanted in connection with a quadruple homicide in Tiptonville, Tennessee. Drummond is wanted on 4 counts of first-degree red rum, 1 count of aggravated kidnapping, 4 counts of felon in possession of a firearm, and 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, the TBI said. While this was an extremely tragic and violent event, the TBI said on social media, there was a sign of compassion. I don't believe it. That tells us there's a possibility that Austin may have a sense that there is hope for him to be able to come in and have a conversation about what happened. Dude, you took the lives of 4 people. How can anybody say that he had compassion? I mean, yes, thankfully, yes, thank you for not taking the life of that innocent little angel. But still, you took the lives of 4 people, regardless. I just cannot see somebody who took the lives of 4 people having compassion anywhere next to their name. That's just my opinion, but I'm more than willing to listen to y'all's opinions too. So please put them down there in the comments. Disagree or agree. It doesn't matter. Try to keep it civil. I'm more than happy to listen to your side. If you don't agree, just keep it civil. But I don't understand it. If you see it in a different view, please help me understand. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation released this image in the search for Austin Robert Drummond, 29, who is wanted in connection with the quadruple homicide in Tiptonville, Tennessee. Didn't I already read that somewhere else? Or am I completely losing my mind? Yeah, I think it was up here on his other picture. They had the same caption. Yep. Okay. TBI Director David Roush said Drummond's white 2016 Audi was found in Jackson, Tennessee, where Drummond has ties, according to officials. Okay, so he has ties in Jackson, Tennessee. Could he possibly be there? While they're still up there in Northwest Tennessee looking for him, around where all of these incidents occurred? The TBI said early Saturday that this 1988 white Ford pickup truck linked to Drummond was found in Dyer County. Authorities asked anyone in the Burnt Mountain Road area to review their surveillance cameras for footage or Drummond or the truck from Tuesday morning. I think they meant to put of, not or, for footage of Drummond or the truck from Tuesday morning. And then I guess this is the post that they put. We are now asking anyone in the Burnt Mill Road area with cameras to review your footage from Tuesday morning to see if you spot Drummond or his truck. Send tips to da-da-da-da-da-da. You can read that. Okay, so Goodman said Drummond had been out on bond for an attempted red rum charge. Gee. So you didn't see this happening when you released him out on bond for an attempted red rum charge. Which stemmed from an alleged incident while he was in prison for attempted robbery. A $15,000 reward has been offered for information leading to his arrest. Authorities urge anyone with information to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Okay. So, we've got one more article, and then we're going to go on to looking at the map. I already got the different places mapped. I got 4 different places mapped out for us to look at. Okay, so this one's August 2nd, 2025. Wait a minute, we already went over this one. This is the same one over here, isn't it? Let's see, is this the same one? No, okay, so this was the original one without the update. Right? Madison County Surgery. Okay, so I just had this pulled up twice, I think. I don't think there was any new information in this one. Let me just double check real quick, and I'll be right back with y'all. Okay, yeah, these are both the same. I'm sorry about that. All right, so now we get to move on and look at the mappy map. And there's my Midnight Baby. He's our little mascot. Okay. So we've got 4 different places here. All right. Well, since precious little angel, baby, I'm going to call her Baby W. She was found a roundabout right here. Right here off of, this is Old Highway 20, near Tigerette. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. I truly do apologize. But this is just an approximate location, because I do not know for sure. So I just put an approximate location there. So that is deep by base. Oh, you can't even see it. Darn it. There we go. That's a little note that I put in there. It says July 29, 2025 at 3:11 p.m. approximately, which that was, I think that's Central Time, if I'm not mistaken. On Old Highway 20 near the Tigerette area in Dyer County, Tennessee, specifically in front of, or in the front yard of a random individual's house, is where Baby W was found. Okay, and then we go back. Then the next location that I have mapped out here for us is this one here, is where the bodies were found. And again, this is an approximate location here. They found 4 bodies, and they also ended up finding 2 vehicles there as well. And this was on July 29, 2025 at approximately 8 p.m., which again, I'm assuming that is Central Time, because I believe this part of Tennessee is in Central Time Zone. And it said a wooded area along Carrington Road in Tiptonville, Lake County, Tennessee. So we'll go ahead and zoom on in over here. Now, with my internet acting up, I was able for a little bit to pull up the satellite image of it, and it is very like woody over there. So let me see if I can get it to pull up. I'm gonna try. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get it to come up. There we go. Okay. But see, it's very woody over there, and the video that I seen where they ended up pulling the vehicles out was right about here. So the video that they ended up showing of the two vehicles were already on rollback tow trucks or flatbed tow trucks, however you want to call them. They were over in front of this home right here, right about in this location, as they were driving away with them on the truck. So I just ended up putting the little pointer roundabout over in here somewhere, because they did have a drone, because all the cops were parked like right about in this area, and they had the road blocked off. Somebody, I don't know if it was law enforcement or news crew or whatever, but they had a drone that it was up in the air, and it just showed the officers right here, and you could kind of sort of see down the road a little bit, but of course you still had the trees and everything. And then I seen that there was this bend right here in the road, so I figured that if they were there, more than likely that they were around this bend somewhere. So I just guesstimated and put it over here. So it's an approximate location. I don't know exactly where they were. They could have been anywhere over in here. And I mean, you got to think like you wanted somewhere secluded. It looks like basically the road ends right about here. You got like a little cul-de-sac where like the pavement ends and the dirt begins. And that reminds me of a song. And another pin that I put is Audi. Okay, so the Audi was the next thing to be found, which that was located abandoned. And again, that's going to be another approximate location. That was on 8/1/2025 at approximately 2:15 p.m. And when the officers found it, they said that it appeared to look like it had been lived in, as if he had been living in the Audi. Now, based on the only kind of like footage that I could get and the pictures and everything, I just did a little bit of a guesstimate that it would be somewhere around in here. They had said that it was like at the end of this MCO road. But from the pictures that they had, you could see that there was cops set up like right here by this Yorkshire Cove. You could actually see the street sign right here from the image that was taken. So you could just kind of assume that this would be Farmington. This was the Yorkshire Cove, to where the picture was being taken from. And you had cop cars all right around in here blocking the road. And you had there were some officers that were looking out towards this way. And then there was a bunch of vehicles parked around over in here. So this right here, the image is actually from 2025. Wait a minute. Oh, hold up. Look at that. Wait. No. Oh, no, that's like a silver color. No, that's not it. Okay. That's got a sunroof. Never mind. Okay, never mind. It just says that the map was done in 2025. It doesn't give me an actual date. I know that there's a way that you could actually pull a date off of this map. I can't remember how to do it right offhand right now. I might have to research that a little bit, but be perfectly honest, I really don't have the time to do it right now. I wish I did. But I want to get this video uploaded and published and off to y'all, so you at least got something from me today. And I want to try and get a couple other videos out today as well. So if anybody knows how to do that, go ahead and put it in the comments, or you can send me a message and let me know, and then I can go ahead and put a like something in the description box or something, letting you know like exactly what the date of this map is. I don't know. Because I know it was in here somewhere because I've done it before. Oh, no. Go back. Sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. Shiny object. As my husband would end up telling me. Okay, so. And it wants to act up. There we go. Okay. Osceola? Wait a minute. We're not in Florida. We end up skipping down to Florida? No, that's just outside of Memphis. Huh. I just learned something new. I didn't know that there was an Osceola up there. And I used to drive semi for a living. You just learned something else about me. That was the one in Jackson. So he might still be there. He might be out on foot. Maybe one of the, well, no, it would have to be Brown that helped him. If anybody helped him get out of this area, it would have to be Brown. Being that the other guy, what was his name again? Thomas? Was it Thomas? Yeah, Thomas. Thomas was already in jail in, I think it was Madison County Jail. So, being that he was already in jail, he couldn't have helped him get out of this location. So it had to have been Brown that would have helped him out of this location. Either that or somebody else did. Or he ended up managing to get out of there on foot before the cops showed up and was able to get a good enough head start that they weren't able to locate him. So now we're going to zoom back out. So you can kind of see how much of a distance this is. And look at this. Okay, these are the bodies. And now this is where the pickup truck was found. And then you curve down over here. This is where the baby was found. And then this is where the Audi was found. Now, even if you take the pickup out of the equation, say somebody else, one of the other accessories, ended up going and putting the pickup over here, you still have like this curve going here. I don't know. It just, I sometimes pick up patterns and things, and it just kind of weird. Why this curve? Is he going to continue this pattern on down the way? Keep kind of going with this curve? Where's his next stop going to be if he continues with this curve? If you follow this pattern, next one would be right about in this area here. Chester County, Tennessee. And you keep going. Oh no, that puts him down around Savannah. Oh no, wait, that's not Georgia. That's still in Tennessee. Never mind. I'm thinking he's coming down towards Savannah. Getting closer to me. But no, that's still... Okay, so let's see. We're still going. Collinwood. I mean... Yeah, I don't know if he's going to do this or not, but it's just something I was just looking at. You got this like curve here, almost like a moon, like a crescent moon. So anyways, okay. Shiny object again. Burnt Mill Road. Back up there. In, what is this, Dyer County, right? Let's see. So this one here is, according to Facebook posts, this truck was drove by Matthew, which was the dad of the baby. And this is where the conflicting stories came in, that either Matthew owned it or his father did. But it is definitely not Drummond's truck, which is what they were making it appear to be. So this was actually found yesterday, which was Saturday, 8/2, August 2nd. And it's a 1988 white Ford pickup with red stripe. So we'll go ahead and zoom on into that location. Now, I just made this a guesstimate because, of course, there again, they didn't give us any kind of actual address, but definitely was not a actual scene photograph that they put up there, because there is no way that that picture was taken anywhere around near this Burnt Mill Road. Based on, I ended up taking the little guy down there and my little street view guy and walked around or drove around, however you want to put it. The only thing that I could think of is that down over here off of 78, you got like this white stripe right here where he could have been parked on the other side of it. But I didn't see anything that looked even remotely similar to what was in the background of that picture. So, I just ended up typing it into Giggle over here and just put in the Burnt Mill Road, and it just plotted it right here. So I just left it right there. I have absolutely no idea where it could have been off of there. So it could have been anywhere off of this Burnt Mill Road. And it's kind of like weird. It's a weird road. But anyways, that's really all I got for you in this video. So it's already going to be a little bit long. I might actually have to split this into 2 videos just to upload it and make sure that I'm able to upload it with my internet connection issues at the moment. But thank you so much for sticking around with me and going through all these articles and everything. I hope that you have a great rest of your weekend, rest of your Sunday, and maybe I might be able to actually get some work done today if my computer and my internet allows me to, hopefully. If not, I will definitely be back with y'all on probably Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, I'm hoping. I really hope that I'm able to get back with y'all before then. If you don't see me until then, you know the reason why. So I really do appreciate your support. I appreciate you liking my videos. I appreciate all y'all who subscribe out there. Y'all have a happy Sunday and a great rest of the weekend. Be safe out there, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.